Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me now. No sound. Can you hear me now? Reset. Can you hear me now? Yes. Yes. 1. Yes. All right. All right. You can hear me and you can see me now, right? You can hear me and you can see me now. All right. Let's try that again. Jesus. Oh, live. This is what happens when you're live. All right. Let me try that again, because that was a pretty funky tune there. Let me try that again. Okay. All right, let me try that again. Okay, here we go. All right. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear this backing track. Can you hear that? All right. Now give me a 1 if you heard any of that, so I know what's going on. Can I get a 1 if you heard any of that? I hope you heard it. All right, let's see if I get a 1. And let me say hello to everybody that's in here. Okay, I don't see a 1 yet. Hang on here a second. Okay, here come the ones. All right, beautiful. Thank you guys. Much appreciated. Awesome. Hopefully that sounded okay. I actually, you know what? It's great the sound didn't work the first time because it helped me practice for the second one. Hey, man. Fender Guru. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Electro Omega's with us. How are you? Merrill J. Nice to see you. There's Dwight. There's Hippie. How are you, buddy? Watchman for you. Nice to see you. Great Vanzini. Dwight Bailey. Electra Omega. Awesome. Six String Brian. Watchman for you. Terry Himes is with us. Probably saying names twice, but it's okay. Great Vanzini is with us. Watchman for you. Headstock Harem. Hey, man. Nice to see you. Uh-oh. Quentin is with us. Hey, Quentin. How's it going, buddy? Quentin, I heard a rumor that you got a new guitar or something. I don't know. Is that really happen? Is there anybody in the Western Hemisphere that doesn't know that yet? Dear Lord. Jack Clark, welcome. Oh, thanks so much, Electro Omega. Appreciate that, man. Really do. SD Design. Sounds better than ever with no volume. Thanks, buddy. RJ the Mad One. Hey, man. Hope you're doing well. I have no sound. Yeah, we fixed that. Hopefully we fixed that. Guitar Man 45. Thanks for letting me know there was no sound, guys. Great tone, no sound. It's the best he's ever played. That's awesome. Brad Miller, how's it going? All right. Dan in New Jersey, how are you? My mom always told me that rock and roll makes me deaf. Hey, Don, how are you, buddy? Heck, no volume. I bet he's killing it. Thanks, Paul. I love that vote of confidence, buddy. Michael Lamp and C, how are you? Okay, cool. I'm just going down. Rick Hefner, how are you? Andy Dion, how's it going? Wow, a lot of you folks are popping in. Thank you so much for being here. Much appreciated. I was warning people earlier that I might do this. So I decided to do this. Spencer Cron, how are you, man? Decided to do this. Just a blowing off steam on a Saturday night. Live at Leeds. There you go. Jimmy Biter, how are you? Wow, lots. Okay, I'm just getting caught up here. Michael Bishop, hey, man. Hope you're doing well. Squire Telecaster, how's it going, man? Pete Brown. Ah, appreciate that, Pete. Thanks so much. There's Janice. Hey, Janice. Okay, just going down. Almost at the bottom, I promise you. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, cool. RJ Madwin is saying hello. All right, hope everybody's doing well. So this is a ES-339. Now, every time I pull this out, I get the same comment. I didn't know you owned one of those. Hey, Bobby Lopes, how are you? I didn't know you owned one of those, and yeah, I do. Before I got my... hey, Jimmy, Guitar Meets Science. How's it going, buddy? Before I got the R0 or RO, whatever you want to call it, this was sort of like the golden jewel of what I had. Now, if you're not familiar with this model, imagine a 335, so I guess like a BB King guitar, and you shrink that down, and then you get this. So this is basically a Lucille, if you will, on a much smaller scale. Just body is just a little bit bigger than it's just a little bit bigger than a Les Paul, right? Just a little bit. So why I like it is because of that, the size, it's small. I'm not a really tall person, so if I got a 335, I could literally hide behind it, and I can't hide behind this, so that's why I got this. Somebody else just popped in. Another new name that oh, Terry Himes. Hey, man. Quentin James' guitar isn't a rumor? It's not like he's told anyone about it or shown it to us about 15 times. Yeah. Dennis Brio. The 339 looks big. It's not. Here. You can see that Les Paul behind me. I'll show you. Kind of. Just give you an idea. Put them side. Well, you can't even see it. Hang on. You see that? Here are the. Put on top of it. It's more or less the same size. It's more or less the same size. This particular year, most of the time when you see these, they'll come with dot inlays. And this particular year, and don't ask me what year it was, I did this for a guitar of the day when I did that series of guitars, when I went through all my guitars. Anyways, this one, so if you want to remember, if you want to know what year it is, you'll have to go back to that because I got a shitty memory. But anyways, this particular year they did the block inlays and they did the 60s profile neck, which I know the necks are usually fatter. And what else on this thing? And it's a satin finish, which is, if you can see it, the satin's kind of, because of my playing it, and you know, once you rub your arm on it, like the satin on the back is gone. It's now gloss. That's what happens with satin. They look good until you start playing them, and then they lose their satininess, if that's a word. What's up, Doc? How's it going? Hey, Lawrence. Up, buddy? How are you, man? Happy Saturday. How's everyone? Everyone is, well, I can't speak for everyone, but I'm doing all right, Lawrence. Hope you're doing well, man. Dealing with that crazy Arizona heat. Do I know any Brian May, Tie Your Mother Down? Well, as a matter of fact, yes, I do. Now, here's the thing. Every time I play this riff, I get nailed. Okay? And actually, I did this riff, SD Design. If you go back and you look at my hack riffs of the day, I did this for the riff of the day, or riff of the week. If you go back in my channel and look up guitar lessons, you'll see a riff of the week for Tie Your Mother Down, which is... That's the riff. And again, when I taught the riff, the key is, which nobody does, is when you pull down on that C note, when you pull that off, you got to hit the A on the A note on the B string, which is a second fret. So it's got to be. And then it's G, D. Don't ask me what that chord is, but it's basically it's like a G where you're playing these two notes, but you move it one string down, and then you walk it down back to an A. So you get, yeah. And if I play it anymore, the YouTube gods are gonna come and they're gonna sacrifice me like they have in the past. I started out monetized. Okay, so Don, what's going to happen is during the course of this show, I will be demonetized. My Thursday show was monetized. Then when I went back after the show was done, I was demonetized. So there you go. Getting pinged for copyright when playing a riff is a very good thing. Means you nailed it. Yeah, well, you know, and then from there, it's just a... So you're playing a D. Back to that again. So there you go. Yes, it certainly does, Don. It certainly does. I thought, Michael says, I thought you had to have 4,000 to get. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about YouTube. Okay, so the way YouTube works is... before you can become a monetized channel, and believe me, I'm rolling in the dough. I think I've made like $10 this month. Anyway, before you become monetized, you've got to have 1,000 subscribers, And then what you need is 4,000 hours within a certain time period, and I can't remember what that is. But if you've got 4,000 hours of content or people watching your content, and you've got the 1,000 subscribers, then you qualify. That's how that works. Okay. Yeah, 4,000 watch hours, hippie. That's right. I'm not sure what the time frame is. I don't know if that's within the last year or last 6 months. Oh, Vanzini knows. It's the last year. Okay. Yeah. Like, I've always been very fortunate in the sense that, like, I've got videos that get daily views that I've done years ago. You know, so the 4,000 hours was not an issue. The 1,000 subscribers, that took me a hell of a long time to get to, but there you go. So how was that ZZ Top, folks? Did that sound okay? Is the guitar mix okay? Because I got a few more things lined up for a bit. We'll shoot the shit for a bit. And if you guys have any requests, you know, for any of these, and behind me, and beside me that you can't... Oh, I got my Music Man over there. Let me know. Let me know if you guys have any requests. But I was messing around. I was check with the levels and making sure they were okay. The best burger chain in Canada. Okay, there's a question. Guitar related. I would say Burger Priest. And okay, here come the jokes. But there is a chain here called Burger Priest that's pretty good. That's my... Either that or Five Guys, but I probably lean more towards Burger Priest. Yeah. Sell it. Is the game over? No. Yeah, so if you folks watched my Thursday show, which was the Les Paul death match, the loser went up for sale last night. I posted it, and right now today and since yesterday and today I've gotten something like 10 or 12 notices, emails, whatever, you know, guys kicking the tires and guys lowballing me. So it's not sold. I'm not going to sell it for, like, I'm not going to give it away, man. I mean, I'm not in any rush. You know, when the right offer comes, I'll be more than happy to sell it, but I'm not going to give it away. So I haven't sold it yet. It's actually right there. And yeah, it's up for sale. So Dennis says, can you go over the specs on the 339? I don't remember them. Okay. Well, let's see. Looks like Grover tuners. Looks like Grover tuners on it. It's a 60 slim profile neck, which is why I like it, because it's my favorite neck profile. The pickups are a Burstbucker 1, Burstbucker 2. So really low output pickups. You know, 3-position switch. Typical, like, you know, Les Paul tones and volumes. Yeah, it's satin finish. And again, I can't remember what year this came out. If you guys know model numbers, I'll give you the... the last digit is a 6. Does that mean 2016? Anyways, that's basically it. But it's a really good guitar. Hey, Mike is himself. How are you, man? Really good guitar. I dig it. And Burger Priest sounds odd. Yeah, it's a weird name, SD Design, but you asked, and that's my favorite franchise. Whenever I get together with my work buddies and we meet up, that's usually where we go. Let me play a little bit of some clean on this, because this is a really nice sounding guitar. I did a few videos with this play along videos where I think I had 2 of them. I had Keep It Clean and Keep It Clean Again or something, where I was playing this and I was, you know, improvising over stuff, and I was doing it really clean. And so that's the bridge pickup. It sounds really nice clean. That's the middle, and here's the neck. I mean, if you want to get that sort of BB thing, it's got some really nice tones in it. That's probably the wrong drive for that, but that's a nice sounding guitar. I dig it. That was with the tone off. That's with the tone back in. Alright. Metal hippie. Don't worry about that. Just play. You got good skills. Yeah. Some of these are getting flagged for language. Chez Hombres loves ketchup. Awesome. Quentin, you got a friend in the chat. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, so if you guys want to hear anything in particular or you want to hear another guitar, let me know. Really no agenda tonight. I just wanted to, as it says in the, just want to blow off some steam. Had some crazy shit happen today that I got to deal with for the rest of my working life. So I really need to blow off some steam. Play Working Man? Oh man, okay. Let's see if I remember that riff. How's that going? Something like that. Never really learned how to play that song. Hopefully I was somewhat accurate. But since we're talking Rush, Rush. I know. Well, I know a couple more, but. All right. Have you ever owned an MXR distortion? I think Lyson used one back in the day. I was thinking of checking one out. You know, it's funny. I've never owned any MXR pedals. So, no, I've never owned one of those. What's the first and fifth number of the serial? I believe the fifth number is the year or without the first number. Well, if that's the case, this is a 2015, which is actually probably what it is. That sounds accurate. Play some pretty bar chords on it. Clean? Hippie, you want clean or you want dirty? Sounds like the album. Oh, God. You must have had a bad copy, Jimmy. Oh, my God. I forgot how to play that. All right, let me play some. I'll play some clean. And you know what? I'll put in. Put a little bit of chorus so you can. Hey, why not? How are you? Where is the ad for your Les Paul? It's Facebook Marketplace and Kijiji if you're local. I found Steve Vai presets. Oh, okay. We're talking about tones and stuff. Yeah, I've never owned an MXR. I know they were like the thing back in the day. Well, they were one of the first dirt pedals, right? So they were real popular, right? Thinking of a Pod Go. Reverb had one for only $30 more than new. Great Vanzini, look into it a little bit, because my understanding with the Pod Go is there's a lot of things in there that are kind of like you're always in, you know, you pick your blocks. And I think it's EQ, and there's always an amp or an IR, and there's stuff that's in there that's always in there that you can't choose, right? So I don't know what kind of flexibility you're looking for. The advantage of the Pod Go over what I have, which is the HX Effects, is the amp modeling. But I don't have amp modeling, but I control every sound that I put in there. Like I can put any effect in any order, and you can't do that with the Pod Go. So just keep that in mind. Hey, Matthew Lamoth, how are you, man? I got one of the Epiphone SGs inspired by Gibson last week, and I'm a Gibson convert. Awesome. You know what? You found a good one then. Because they're like, they're really hit and miss, man. Well, like all Gibson is always hit and miss. Is there a link? I don't have a link. Why not? Are you local? I know, copyright. I know. I just shit myself. Why not? If you're local, if you go to Facebook Marketplace and just type in Gibson Les Paul, it will be there. I promise you that. It sounds perfectly like Jimmy Page's acoustic. How did you get that? Really? It does? It must sound better out there than it does in here. I'm basically in the middle position. And effects wise, all I got, well, I have my reverb, I've got a delay on, and my always on spark booster, so yeah. Oh, there you go. Zach Thong found it. Zach Thong, Niagara region. Oh, you might be out. So what you have to do, why not, is when you hit Facebook Marketplace, you have to, you got to widen out your radius, or it won't come up if you're outside of the radius. I don't know what you have it set to, but if you set it to the GTA, you'll see it. See, I've never really played Zeppelin on this, so this is kind of interesting here. Let's see here. Can't remember the rest. Oh, thank you so much, Hippie. Appreciate that, man. Hippie, you just doubled my profits for the month of July. I'm not kidding. Thanks so much, buddy. Appreciate that. I know. How's that sound for Zeppelin tone? That's great tone? Oh, cool. Thank you so much. I love Zeppelin, man. There you go. Oh, thanks, Six String Stanger. Welcome. So it sounded good out there. You know what? I know what Quentin goes through. He's playing in his, in his house, and it's like, it doesn't sound that great out here, but then he hears it back and it sounds good out there. So I'm getting that vibe because what I'm hearing ain't that hot. So if it's sounding good out there, that's awesome. Hey, Mayhem, how's it going, buddy? No, it's not a 335. It's a 339. So it's a shrunken version. But thanks for being here, man. Sorry, guys. I got, once I get into a Zeppelin thing, it's funny because I haven't played those riffs. Well, I mean, I always play Nobody's Fault But Mine, but those other riffs, I can't believe I still remember how to play them. I haven't played them in like 20 years. Oh, cool, man. Awesome. That was Custard Pie, the last one, right? I think that was Custard Pie. I'm not sure. What's your ad title? I don't know where in the GTA you are. I'm in Toronto. What's my 2010 Les Paul Traditional for sale? That's the title of the ad. Oh, the Ocean. I play this one. No, it's good times, bad times. Oh, Ocean. No, it's this. Something like that. Pete Thorne, I've never met. No. Okay, it sounds good. Sounds good to me. Wow, wow, that's good. I'm happy. It sounds great out there. You're supposed to go to Winter NAMM. Yeah, SD Design. I mean, I had a pass and everything to last Winter NAMM, and but that's before all the COVIDs. But I couldn't go anyway. I mean, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm just a guy. You know what I mean? So I would have had to pay out of pocket. I would have had to taken off work, which they would have crucified me for. So I wouldn't be able to go. I was fortunate. Actually, it's funny because a year ago today, I was at Summer NAMM, and all these things were coming up on my Facebook feed. Facebook memories. Like, yesterday was a year that I was that I met. I was at a Gibson event, and I met Rick Beato and Marty Schwartz, and I got a picture. I met Joe Bonamassa, and I ran to him like twice after that, which is a story I'm sure everybody in the channel knows, but I can repeat it if you want to hear that Joe Bonamassa story again. And yeah, so it was really cool. Phil McKnight. I was talking to Steve from all the guys, Robert Baker, all those guys were there. I was talking to them. I was playing guitars with Steve. He was in the Vola booth, and yeah, all those folks. But that was a year ago now. That was Summer NAMM in Nashville, and that again, I was fortunate enough to go, and I was a guest of Epiphone, so I got to go to the Gibson event. I got to go to. I went to did a tour of the Gibson custom shop. Like, it was probably the 2 or 3 best days of my entire life, man. And the whole time I was hanging out with Brian S., as you guys know, Brian Stewart, my cohort on the Livewire show. It was me and him and Six String Brian, and we were just checking everything out together, and it was an absolute blast. An absolute blast. Sounds great. Thanks. Thanks, Mayhem. Thanks, buddy. PJ and the Beard. Hey, man. PJ and the Beard. Tell it again. You guys want to hear the Joe Bonamassa story? Let me see if anybody else wants to hear the Joe. But tell the story about driving through Kentucky. It gets me every time. Yeah, folks, if you're driving through Kentucky, 2 things. Never stop at a light and never use a turn signal. Yeah, those are 2 tips. Yeah, Six String Stanger, your coverage of... that's funny because your coverage of Winter NAMM reminded me a lot of my coverage at Summer NAMM, because you and I were just happy as hell just to be there, and it showed. And I was getting a lot of nice comments too. Like, everybody was, kind of living vicariously through, the videos I was posting. Because, I wasn't there to promote or to whatever. I was just like a little kid in a candy store. People, those videos actually did really good. People were digging them. And I want to thank everybody for that. Could not purchase. Oh, you couldn't purchase tickets. Yeah. Well, yeah, there's something there, like you can buy. I think, like, I don't know about Winter NAMM, but I know on Summer NAMM on the last day you could go, and you didn't have to be. You could go as a guest of somebody or something like that. So, or you could buy a pass. I don't know, but I don't know how that works. Yeah, Electra Mega's already heard the story. Yeah, you guys have already heard this story. Yeah. Yeah, well, Terry, I had a window of opportunity there, and I got a lot of stories about NAMM. Every obstacle in the world was against me not going to NAMM last year. Like, I got screwed out of a ton of money. Like, it's just a whole nightmare of shit, but it was like it was NAMM or bust. I documented everything, the drive down there, and then when I was there, I couldn't get a ride, and it was just, and then I got into a car accident down there. It was like everything. It's like the gods did not want me to go to NAMM. It's like, if you're superstitious and all the signs are saying don't go and you shouldn't go, but I wanted to go so bad that I didn't give a shit. I still went. And thank God I went, because I've got stories and memories that are going to last me for the rest of my life. So, hey, there's Grumpy Mike. How are you, man? Watchman for You. You haven't heard it. All right, I'll make it real quick. So Summer NAMM, right? So they have an event. Gibson has an event called. It's basically the Gibson VIP event. They take over a bar. It's a really nice bar in downtown Nashville, and you have to have a pass to get in and all that. And I was fortunate enough to have a pass, and I managed to get Brian Stewart in there because he didn't have a pass, right? And because I wanted to thank him because he drove me around. We hung out together the whole time we were there. So anyway, so we got in there, and there was a lot of celebrities and big name people were there, right? Like famous people and stuff. And Six String Brian, I was sitting at a table with Brian and my wife, and Six String Brian comes up and he's in the chat. And Brian, if I forget anything, remind me. So we're sitting down, and Six String Brian was sitting at another table with his wife, and he comes up behind me and he says, "Don't look now, but Joe Bonamassa is right behind you, something to that effect, right? So I'm like, all right, let me sit here and breathe for a minute. I love Joe Bonamassa. I know he gets a shit kicking and he's got no soul and all that. You know what? I don't have any kind words for that. I think Joe Bonamassa is amazing. So anyways, found it. I'm looking for stock with the case though. Oh, okay, don't worry. Yeah, I don't have a case, so don't worry about it. Why not? So anyways, so I get up and I turn around and yeah, he's standing there at the bar. So I muster up enough courage and I go up and, the usual thing, hey, Joe, I saw you last. I did. I just saw him like a few months ago in Toronto and shook his hand, took a photo, no big deal, right? So then the next day, Six String Brian, myself, and Brian S., we wanted to go on a tour of all the famous vintage stores in Nashville because if you don't know, they've got like the best guitar stores in the world. They have Gruen's, Rumblefish, and then Six String Brian, what's the other one they have, the big one that most people know? There's Gruen's, Rumblefish, and then there's the other one, and I can't remember the name of the other one. If you're in the chat, what's the big one that we went to that we played all those really expensive guitars? I can't think of the name of it right now. Anyway, so we went to these vintage guitar shops. And we were trying guitars. Like, we were literally playing guitars over Carters, thank you. So we were playing guitars and Carters that were like 25 grand. And it was just like crazy, man. It's just vintage stuff. It was like, it'd be heaven for most of us, right? So anyway, so we did that, and then so we did a tour. We started there. Then we went to Gruen's. And we checked that out. Gruen's was like, I don't know, they were kind of rude to me. They wouldn't let me look at any expensive stuff or whatever. They prevented us from going to they have a secret room or a floor where they have the high-end stuff, and they wouldn't let us in there. Anyway, so we're coming out, and this white pickup truck pulls open, and the doors fly open, and out comes Joe Bonamassa. And he's walking right, towards me, and I see him pull, reach in his pocket and pull out the biggest wad of hundreds I've ever seen. He was obviously there on a mission to buy a guitar, right? So I see him pull out the hundreds, put it back in his pocket, and I go, hey, Joe, how's it going? And he was, again, nice enough, hey, how are you? And he shook his hand again, and off he goes into Gruen's. And we're not going to go follow him into Gruen's. It's rude, right? Let him do his business, whatever, right? So that was that. So later that same day in the evening, not Six String Brian, sorry. Yeah, you didn't want to come with us. It was Brian S. and myself, and, we were sitting at another event. It was boring as hell, and we decided, let's go to a cigar bar, because he's a cigar smoker too. So we're sitting at this really nice cigar bar in downtown Nashville. And we're sitting there, and I was streaming live from the cigar bar. It's a hilarious video if you guys ever go back and watch it. It's funny as hell. And there's Brian and me drinking and just having a good old time. And who walks right in, right past us and sits right beside us? But it's Joe Bonamassa, right? So Brian's like, hey, Joe, how's it going? Scaring the bejesus out of Joe, right? But eventually Joe realized that we weren't going to, tie him up and throw him in the trunk of our car. He calmed down. Everything was calm. And then he started talking with us and stuff. And then we found out that the guitar that Joe went into Gruen's to buy that day earlier, when he had all the hundreds in his pocket, is he bought a Fender Esquire. That's what he bought. And then he was telling us about buying guitars and how to get them without, like his tricks into not paying a bunch of sales tax and stuff. And we actually had a little conversation with Joe. He's a very nice guy, just very reserved, very quiet. The killer, he walked into that cigar bar, and outside of me and Brian, nobody knew who he was. He's sitting there, he's got, the usual baseball cap on. It's so freaking hot. That guy's got like a hoodie on. I don't know. He's got I guess he has to be real careful about his getting sick or whatever, but it was freaking hot. The guy's all covered head to toe. But anyways, Robot Master Switch, how are you? How's it going? Is Hack telling his I got in with Mentos and a bandana story? Yeah, it was a Mentos commercial. That's what happened. It was a Mentos. That's hilarious, man. How's it going, Pooh? Nice to see you, man. Pay cash, save the tax. Yeah. So that's my Joe Bonamassa. That's my brush with greatness. I'll tell you one thing. If you ever shake Joe's hand, he does. You're gonna shake. You're gonna shake with your right and his right. And what he does is like, he does the limp hand thing. So like his hand is literally limp like this. So you're not getting he's not gripping your hand at all. And both times he shook my hand, it was like with the limp hand. And of course that's because, he doesn't want you to squeeze his hand and mess up his, because those hands are worth a lot of money. Yeah, limp shake, that's it. That's my Joe Bonamassa story. Okay, so you guys want to see another guitar being played here, or do you have any other? I don't know any Alabama shakes, man. Guys, want to hear another gem? I got another gem here queued up. Let me see. If you want to hear another gem, hit 1, and if you want to hear it on this guitar, let me know. The R0, I don't have it yet, Don. I'm hopefully going to get it this week. It's still getting repaired. Let me know if you guys want to hear another guitar on another jam, or if you still want to hear this one. Because if you're digging the sound of this one, I'll just keep playing this one, which is absolutely fine. Watchman says rock it. This guitar, or you want another guitar? Okay, we got Brian wants an SG, and Brian wants a Les Paul. Spencer wants an SG. I want to hear the one you're selling. Okay, so we got 3. Okay, we got 3. I need a tiebreaker. So you want the SG, a Les Paul, or the one I'm selling? I like this one, since I mostly see you play. Okay, so there's 2 votes for. I like the 339, some BTO. I'll play some BTO. Hold on. See if I remember. I did this for riff of the week, and I only remember the riffs for 5 minutes. Once I record them, I forget the riffs, but. There's a little bit of Let It Ride. Played very badly. All right, I got another track here queued up. Did you see Bent Tom coming here? Hey, buddy. All right, here's another one. Now, this is more of a kind of a melodic blues thing. Okay. So let's fire this up and see how we go here. Alright, before I put everybody to sleep, that's the kind of shit I like playing. Just mellow stuff and it's getting lost in the notes and, you know. Okay, let me get back to this. This. There we go. Alright. Sound like Billie Jean. Oh, that was perfect for your mood, Rick? Maybe I should have kept going. I was messing up a little too much there. I thought I had a little more in the tank. Favorite song by Foreigner? I really like Hot Blooded a lot. What's that one? Something. Oh shit, I can't remember. It's one of the. It's definitely off one of their first records. Long Way Home is good. Yeah. I think I'm just getting caught up here. Getting caught up here. Nice groove. Yeah, I was messing it up though. I couldn't. I was getting the groove and then I was fall. You know, like I was on, and I fell off. Then I got up back on. I fell. I was one of those. So I decided to end that one quick before it turned into a total shit show. Jeff Beck influence? Really? I don't really listen to Jeff Beck. I love Jeff Beck, but I'm not. He's not like in my one of my guys. But hey, man, if I even sound anything within a 1,000-mile radius of Jeff Beck, I'll take it. Okay. Welcome to the Smooth Lounge. Yeah, Tom, this is a 339. Yeah, that's exactly. Good. What am I plugged into? So I am plugged into my my Hughes and Kettner. And I've got there's a red box, which is a line out, an XLR, that's going into this, you can see it there, that little Behringer mixer, and then it's coming out my monitor so I can hear myself as I'm playing. That's basically it. Jukebox Hero, yeah, that's a great song. That's a great song. Alright, let me switch guitars here. So what would you guys like to hear? An SG, a Les Paul, a Music Man, or a Strat? They got a lot of choices there. Les Paul, SG, Music Man, or a Strat. You do realize all of these perfect guitar solos from some people are uber edited. I prefer your natural bumps. Yeah, well, there's a lot. I don't, you know what, Tom? Even if I tried to like edit my videos, I don't have the technology to do it. It would still, it would still be horrible. Hey, Jerry W, welcome. Now, folks, if you're new to the channel, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Thank you so much. And if you want to support the channel, links are below. Music Man. Okay, I got 3 Music Men. I got Snots. I got SGs. 3 SGs and 3 Music Men. Okay. No, it's not yet, Tom. It's still getting done. Is this a Gibson? Yes, this is a Gibson. Okay, all right. There's SG. All right, so we got overwhelmingly SG. So let me grab that and put this one down. The only picks I use, man. The best picks out there. Nothing like Dava picks. Here's the SG. Now this is probably really out of tune because I haven't played this one in a long time. This is going to feel weird after playing that. But... oh, yep. She's out of tune. I got it. Yeah, the strings on this are kind of flat too. I can hear that they're not. Not exactly vibrant. I should swap strings on this. One thing I'll say about the I mean, I love the SGs because they're workhorses, you know what I mean? Like, they're, back in the day when I used to play gigs, well, it sounds like a memory now, it's been so long, but when I used to play gigs, this guitar, if I just wanted, like, if it was one of those nights where I just didn't want to deal with anything and I just wanted a guitar that would work, this would be the one. This guitar is bulletproof, man. Like, once you tune it up, it stays in tune. It has never failed me at a gig. And when I didn't take this as my primary guitar, this would always be my backup. Because I know that it would just work, you know? It's just one of those things. And this is not anything special. This is just a regular Gibson standard SG. That's all this is. Now, how does that sound compared to the other one? Because I haven't changed anything. Yeah, that's Jerry W. That's why I buy the Davas, because of the grip on them. The only thing that these are not good for is if you do pick scrapes, then you know, the rubber doesn't really do well with that. But apart from that, it's great. Thanks so much, Sandra. Appreciate you being here. The traditional one last time. Okay, I'll grab that after this. Okay, Don's saying it sounds good. Bent, hotter, more bite. I'm going to attempt it. Favorite Black Sabbath song? Wow. That's a toughie. It'd be a song with Dio, that's for sure. I don't know. Falling Off the Edge of the World is great. Sign of the Southern Cross. There's so many. Anything off of Mob Rules or Heaven and Hell. War Pigs. I'm piecing this together, folks. I can't remember it. I can't remember it. That's Country Girl. Let's see if I remember. I did this for riff of the day. Let's see if I remember how to play it. Shit. There it is. I love that song. Yeah, Witchman for you. That's a really good riff, and it's a little bit tricky to play actually. It's a good practice. It's like to get your note separation and not to have things bleed into other things, because I don't know, Iommi is such a master of riffs. You know, if you ever listen to any of his riffs, it's like, oh, I'm out of tune. Oh. And guess which string that was? That's a great riff to learn. A little bit tricky, but good. Hey, Mark Dillon, how's it going? Thanks, Guitar Meets Science. You guys want to hear? I got something a little bit more up-tempo for a jam. It's kind of a Jimi Hendrix type thing. If you guys, I'll do it on the SG here. If you guys want to check it out. Cottonmouth doesn't deserve to Cottonmouth. What the? Peter Frampton solos. Do you feel like I do? Yeah, he's great. Yeah, he's great. I don't know that song at all though. Yes, GMS. Oh, Atomic Target Science. Into the Void. I don't know a lot of Ozzy. I mean, other than the obvious ones, right? Everybody. By the way, if you play that, it's not here. It's on the 12th fret, and you hammer on you hammer the chord on, so it's. Let me play. Hey Mitch, how are you, man? Let me do a little jam here on a a Jimi Hendrix type track, and hopefully I won't mess this one up so bad. Let's see. Hey Ricky Compton, how's it going? All right, let's see how this goes. Here we go. When in doubt, hit the whammy bar. That's what I always say. When in doubt, hit the whammy bar. All right, let me get that back up, and let me get this back up. All right, here we go. Yeah. All right, so somebody was saying they wanted to hear the traditional. Yeah, the wah is, whenever you run out of ideas playing solos or you're playing like shit, the wah is your best friend. Okay, so this is the guitar that I posted for sale because of you folks choosing it as the sacrificial guitar. It is pretty though, isn't it? Let me just check the tuning real quick. That's close. You like the wah? So how does this one sound? This is the one you guys said sounded the worst out of. This is the one you said sounded the worst out of all my Les Pauls. Just took my happy pills. Awesome. The 339 and SG sound better in my opinion, but some EQ could fix that. Yeah, probably. Probably the EQ could fix it. Heck, I have a 2016 traditional no weight relief with burst bucker 1 and 2. Love it. You just described my other guitar. You just described that one. That's got a burst bucker 1 and 2. It's a 2016, but it's a standard. And it's not a traditional. Starts off sharp. Fingers are almost dead. Alright. Yeah, this is the one that's gonna go. This was the weakest one of the bunch. Put a set of... Oh, I could put the Marzios in this. But then I'd have 6 Les Pauls. And then I'd have 11 guitars. And I'm trying to keep the ceiling down to 10. So that's what Thursday's show is all about. Speaking of which, this Thursday coming up, I'm gonna have I got one of two guests is gonna come on. Either one is gonna be fantastic. I've got a a returning guest that was an absolute blast when I had him the first time, and it's very. I'll give you a hint. It'll be very educational for you guitar players. The other guest is just a guy that I wanted to have on for a long time, and the guy's like a major fountain of knowledge of music and stuff. And I'm pleased as punch that he agreed to come on. So traded in for an Explorer and stacked the loonies. Oh, I don't want to. I got Robot Master Switch. I had a Firebird. I got rid of it because it was so big. I'd be in the same boat with an Explorer. Don't get me wrong. I love the way they sound and they look and play and all that shit. But hey, 2020. Hey man, I didn't see you here. I'm having a 10 minutes to come and say hi. Hey, appreciate you coming in and saying hi, man. Is Crowbar in here? I haven't seen Crowbar. Oh, is my guest Crowbar? No. You want to know something? When I had Crowbar on, and I guess it was a big deal because that was his first unmasking because nobody knew what he looked like. Everybody was watching that show. That show got, and for me, it's just a big number on a live stream. I think I had like 500 people watch that show. And it was strictly curiosity because everybody wanted to see what Crow looked like. And now everybody's seen him. So the novelty is gone. Yeah, that's funny. Oh, thanks, Fanzini. Appreciate that. Hey, Ian Luckett, how are you, man? Jack Daniels, 10101. Welcome, man. Glenn remembers that show. How's it going, Ian? So, guys, if you're in here, you know, there's a lot of you folks all know each other, but if there's channels that you're not sub to, you should sub some of these other channels that are in here because got a lot of great people in here, a lot of great content makers, you know, guys that are putting out good stuff all the time. And, you know, if you want to check out their stuff, I know it's harder now to sub channels. You can't just click on the name and hit, you know, you have to actually type them in and look it up, but really good. But really good channels in here. We'll check it out. Is Dave in here? Dave from Dave's Guitar Channel. Oh, my guess. No, it's not Dave. Let's put it this way. There won't be as much disagreement. I bet nobody in the chat knows what I just played. If you do, I'd be very impressed. Adam 12, 1 Adam 12. See the Canadian what? Hugh's got his dobro out tonight. Cool. Open tuning's fun. Sounds good. Okay, I'm missing out. You guys are talking about shit, and I'm missing out on all of it. Oh, good night, Mitch. Sorry I missed you, buddy. Yeah, Mitch worked his ass off today, man. 12-hour shift. Mitch is guessing Stitch from Stitch Method. That's a really good guess. Hanoi Bomb, take me. Oh, wow, we got a Kiss fan in our midst, folks. Just be warned. And welcome, Hanoi Bomb. Welcome to the channel. I don't Not sure if you're new, but if you're new, hey, like and subscribe. It sounds like Kiss, Joe Hervey. So Joe Hervey, word on the street is that Kiss is overrated, and so is Eddie Van Halen. I'm surprised you don't say the Beatles are overrated too. I knew it was Kiss. Yeah, not a lot of Kiss love, I know. Take me anyway. Yeah, Ricky Compton knows it. Oh, you got a first, Ricky? Who says that Kiss and AVH are overrated? I think the context of that era is proof enough. Yeah, well. You grew up with all their music, right? So what do you guys think of this guitar tonally compared to the other ones? Is this the... Or do you guys like the SG and 339 a little more than this one? I imagine you would. Obviously missed something. I was getting some food. I just played a Kiss tune, and Ricky Compton and Hanoi Bomb actually knew the song, and it was a very deep cut half bass. I'll play you one bit of it, and you'll know it immediately. Yeah, I'm sure you already know what it is. Saw Kiss in Madison Square Garden, their last tour. Without makeup is like a taco with no hot sauce. That's about it, man. Take me, there you go. I knew you'd get it. Relic seems a bit lifeless. I grew up in Detroit. Yeah, that's right, Ricky. That was their hub, man. Relic seems lifeless. Yeah, Strange Ways. Look at you, Hanoi. Hanoi's got it, man. Love Gun, Black Diamond. Yeah. Okay. All right, you guys aren't digging this one too much. Hey, let me grab another one here. Okay, so it's oh, somebody was asking for the Music Man. You guys still want the Music Man, or you want something else? Let me know. Let me know who wants the Music Man or who wants something else. Strange Way. That's right, Ricky. Who wants the Music Man? Or do you want something? I got Music Man. What have I got left? A Music Man, a Strat, or another Les Paul? Jimmy Biter wants the Music Man. Okay, I got one vote for Music Man. Going once. All right, Music Man it is. Now there were folks saying I should sell this one. Now tell me, does that sound better than Relic? Sorry guys, I've got to click on shit here all the time. Yes, yes. See, and people say, well, you know, sell the Music Man. It's like, really? It sounds great, and it's the only one I have that has a, it's the only one I have with a trem bar, so. Oh shit, I forgot how it goes. Thanks. Thanks, SD Design. Let's all drive to Canada and meet a Burger Priest. Sure. So this guitar, I'm sure you guys all know the history of this guitar. This is an Ernie Ball. This is not a Wolfgang. Somebody was saying Wolfgang earlier. This is not a Wolfgang. Okay, with all due respect, this blows Wolfgang away. I'm sorry. It's just true. This is the guitar that when Eddie Van Halen, when he first started making a signature model, he was at Ernie Ball, and this is this design they came up with. That's the, basically that's Eddie's shape, that's Eddie's neck, Eddie's design right here. This is it. And if you notice any guitar that he, even when he switched companies, it just looks pretty damn close to this. So what happened was, of course, he left. Then he went to PV, and now he's got his own sort of under the Fender umbrella. But back in the day, this was Eddie's guitar, and they can't call it an EVH because he's not with them anymore. So they call this. You can see that on the headstock. It says Axis, but this is the Axis Super Sport, which means I got a 5-position toggle switch right here. So I got 5 different sounds out of this, which is why I got it. This thing can sound like anything. It's like a Swiss Army knife. Yeah, and these are DiMarzio pickups, which are Eddie designed, allegedly, pickups. Can we go back to Canada? When can we go back to Canada? They're not going to let the borders open. Like right now, the U.S. is like the mega center for COVID. So until that all clears up and stuff, like here they're attempting to open stuff up again. So they're going to have that border closed for a long freaking time. From what I've seen, what I've heard. So, yeah. Because I was supposed to go to, somebody was saying earlier about NAMM. I was supposed to go to Gearfest this year, but that's not happening. Jimmy digs the Music Man. Yeah. I don't think, I can't say for certain because anything can happen, but I don't plan on selling this guitar. I almost did. Thing is, these things do not hold their value, so I will take a bath if I do ever sell it. But if you're a buyer and one of these comes up, man, you should get Fat Kid on a Smarty. Just get one because they're awesome. This is right on par with the friggin' Sir or any of those other highfalutin brands. Believe me, Music Man makes good stuff. And I am not sponsored by Music Man or Dava Picks or anybody else. Good night, Jimmy. Have a good night, buddy. Folks, Jimmy goes live every Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you check him out. That guy's an absolute freaking beast of a guitar player. If you've not experienced Guitar Meet Science, you need to. Check him out. He's on tomorrow live at 6 p.m. I've been to Canada too many times, but not since they started that you need a pass. Oh, yeah. The passport's been around for a while now. It's the same for us to go in the U.S. You got to have a passport. Yeah, Ben, Tom. Jimmy is the fastest freaking player I think I've ever seen. He's insanely good and fast and all that shit. Fat kid on a smarty. Canadian term, really? In the country, I can crank my shit as loud as I want. That's, yeah, nothing wrong with that. I don't live in the country. I can't crack my... I'm pretty quiet in here. It's probably louder out there than it is in here. All right, good night, Jimmy. Like getting a Music Man, Cutlass, or Sabre with the next two. Oh, cool, Guitar Man 45, and welcome. That's awesome, man. Fire Season Respirator. Nobody I know is dead yet and remains untouched by the disaster. Pretty antisocial already, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure how to react to that hobo roadie, but I know that everywhere we go now, we gotta have a mask on. Let's get got Lamanas for the big pizza slice. Lamanas. I don't know Lamanas, Zach. Maybe that's just an old Oshawa. All right, going on there almost 2 hours here, folks. If you want to help support the channel, links are below. I do have merch. I've got t-shirts and I've got mugs and all that kind of stuff, hoodies and all that kind of stuff. That'd be much appreciated. There's a PayPal down there if you're so inclined. That would be much appreciated. I have an Instagram and also a Facebook link if you guys would want to check that out. I post stuff on that. I have a Guitar Hack group in there too, which is kind of cool. People are putting up stuff there all the time, and it's cool. Mondays, I'm going to be on Mondays. I'm on the Livewire show, and if you guys haven't subscribed to Livewires, make sure you do. It's a great show. We got a really good show coming up this Monday. It's a lot of laughs. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So check out that Monday show. What else? And Thursday next week, I'm gonna have. Oops. Lamont is in Mississauga. I don't know that one. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to go out. Thanks, Hippie. I'm going to go out with one more tune. I'm going to try and rock it up. See what I got left in the hands here. I'm going to see if I can find some nice rock backing track here. Okay. Let me see here. Rock backing track. Let's see. Let's see what this one sounds like. Gonna have to listen to the commercial.
Is an Ottawa-based biotechnology company.
All right, let's get past that commercial. Skip. All right, here we go. Let's see what this sounds like. All right. Hang on. All right. Okay, folks. Gonna wish you all at this point. My arm is dead. I was playing like a horse's patoot. I got no more juice left in the tank. So thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks for helping me blow off some steam. You guys absolutely rock. What we got coming up? Live wires on Monday at 9 p.m. Hippie's in here. Check out Hippie's show tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern, I believe, is when he starts. Yeah, lots of stuff to watch. Jimmy, Guitar Meet Science tomorrow at, gotta keep all these times in my head, 6 p.m. tomorrow. And yeah, folks, again, if you want to support the channel, links are below. Thanks for hanging out. You guys rock. Hippie, much appreciated. And good night, everybody. Have a happy rest of your weekend. Cheers.